What's up YouTube? For tonight's video, we have a full Ash Ketchum best Pokemon team. Yesterday we did the worst one, today we're doing the best one. This is all on the percentages of official wins, not rando trainers, and from the anime. If you didn't check yesterday's out, make sure you do. It was entertaining. So as you can probably notice, if you haven't picked up, I actually got a cold. I wanted to get the double upload tonight, people, but I couldn't do it. I just couldn't do it. Like, one video was my absolute max. I'm feeling like absolute crap at the moment. However, let's get this one. I wanted just to put this one out. It had some really, really funny battles. Leave those same teams in the comment section below, people. Any feedback on the video would be wonderful too. Oh my goodness. Okay, so we have a EV lead here. Now, I was actually taking battles on my chat. However, a Japanese person invited me to a battle at the very same time. So I was like, oh, might as well just accept it and see what happens. So we have the EV using its Z move here, and don't worry, people, I've got the copyright covered. I've got it covered. So the EV, the EV's gonna go for the EV boost, get like 1,000,000 stats and everything, and I'm in a little bit of trouble here with my special Kingler. Kingler almost took it out with a critical hit. So EV's going to go for a bat and pass. Never saw that one coming. Now I've got Surf on this. I've got Blizzard, Mud Shot, Max Speed, Max Special Attack, Sheer Force with Potato Berry, and I gave it Hyper Beam because, you know, in the anime, that was one of my, probably my most nostalgic moments with Kingler. Okay, so swapping it to Espeon, I've got no idea what move they're going to use after that. So they're going to go for, that was the Reflect, so making them a little bit more bulky in defense. Going for the Surf, there's absolutely nothing I can really do here. Oh, look at that Surf damage. That hits it so hard. Anyway, so got to swap out Kingler because I just can't do anything to this at all. And now we're going to swap in the Greninja. So this Greninja set was rather interesting. So now we have the Espeon setting up the Light Screen. This Greninja was a Max Speed, Max Special Attack, Rain Dance, Water Shuriken, King's Rock, Scummy User, Extra Sentry, and Dark Pulse. So I wanted to flinch as much as possible. So going for the Dark Pulse, I didn't use Dark Pulse and Extra Sentry very much. I just wanted to use Rain Dance and Water Shuriken with Protein and King's Rock as much as I possibly could. Like, I wanted to steer clear of the usual standard Greninja sets. Anyway, so going for the Water Shuriken, the idea was to try and hit them 5 times in a row and get like a King's Rock flinch. Anyway, so going for the third Water Shuriken, and I don't get a flinch. The chances are not very high because one, it's not guaranteed to get 5, and you can get 2 as well. So somehow I just lived the Shadow Ball from the Espeon, and man, look how much this Water Shuriken's doing. It's doing so much. Anyways, people, go for another Water Shuriken on the Espeon. Hits another 3 times. I'm like, okay, that's okay, I guess, better than 2. And Espeon's going to finish me off with a Shadow Ball. So things weren't looking too good at the moment. I had to get around this Espeon. I actually didn't have... It already had a lot of bulk in it already, so I swapped in Snorlax. So Snorlax had... I actually didn't get to use Snorlax much in this battle because it had stored power. Never saw that one coming. So that's going to get all the boosts from the Evo Boost that will pass to it and one-shot my Snorlax. So things are looking absolutely grim here. I had to get back into this game. So swapping in, I'll get to that Snorlax in the next battle because it just really didn't get used in this one at all. So getting into my Crocodile, which is a special Crocodile set. This was a Focus Energy, Dark Pulse, Earth Power, Focus Miss, Scope Lens set, Max Speed, Max Special Attack, Intimidate Nature. Intimidate Nature, did I just say that? Pimpnite 2017. Anyway, so now I can go for the Dark Pulse again on the Intimidate Nature. Anyway, so I finally take out the Espeon with Dark Pulse, Intimidate Nature, and that is down. So the Reflect wears off. Not that it really mattered, like half my team is basically Shrek'd anyway. So now we have a Kyogre, so things are looking even brighter. Don't worry, people. We have some classic action coming up. So now the Kyogre actually isn't a primal. So, you know, as I was doing the battle live, I was like, well, definitely not primal, but it wasn't. It wasn't a primal. So they're going to go for the Water Spout, Rip in the Rain. That's going to do so much damage. Kyogre is so strong with Water Spout. The Light Screen wears off, which is good, I guess. So swapping in my Goodra. Now, Goodra couldn't do too much to this. This was a very gimmick set, and it was actually more suited to going up against the physical attackers. So the best I could do was Flail. This was actually a Focus Sash set. I'll let you in on that set a little bit later in the next battle. It's not going to make too much sense in this one. Anyway, so Kyogre's going for another Water Spout, which tells me straight away that, you know, it's definitely Choice. I'm leaning towards Choice Scarf. That's, you know, Choice Scarf Water Spout is it works very nicely. So going for the Draco Meter, this was just a coverage move to do some damage. That was all it was on there. That was the only special move that I had. So now Koga is going to obviously go for another water spout. So I thought I might be able to swap in my Kingler here and try and do some shenanigans with it. I mean, it's already taken damage from water spout, from the water spout, from the Draco Meteor already, but it still does a lot of damage to Kingler. So I didn't really check that one well at all. So now the Koga is going to outspeed me and go for another water spout. So I'm like, oh, so like most of my team is down. So things are looking absolutely atrocious, and that we all know that crit matter too. So Kingler's down. Things are looking really bad. Like, really, really bad. Like, all I've taken out is an Espeon. Time to swap in my boss of an Infernape set. You guys are going to like this one. So, the Koga goes for a struggle. They've actually struggled themselves out of the water spout. They're going to hit themselves with a recoil. So I was like, I might be able to take the next one, because this Inferno, right, is a max health, max special defense set. I'll run you through it. It's absolutely awesome. It's actually one of my favorite Infernape set. So on this, I've got, as I said, the EVs are. I've got Bulk Up. I've got Slack Off. Yes, it gets Slack Off. I've got Mach Punch just for priority, and Iron Fist. And I've got Leftovers, and I've got Toxic on this one too. So it's a very bulky Infernape. Yes, bulky Infernape, and it works rather well. Obviously it's very gimmicky though. So we have the double Bulk Up there, and the Koga takes itself out with another struggle. So that was good. I was laughing. I was quite laughing. At this time, I was coughing and laughing. The narration would have been like really bad to upload. You just wouldn't have heard anything. Anyway, so we have Kangaskhan, and you guys know what's coming. You know what's coming. It's a Mega Kangaskhan. So I actually wasn't too worried, because I had 2 Bulk Ups up. However, I know this thing had, it could have Power Up Punch, and that could be bad as well. So I had to try and get around it. So it's got to go for Fake Out the first turn. As I said, I did have a couple of Bulk Ups up already, so it didn't really do too much damage to Infernape. I did have Mach Punch too, but my EVs were nothing was invested in attack, right? So I had to go off my raw boost from Bulk Up, and and my ability too with Iron Fist. So going for another Bulk Up. So I thought 3 to 4 Bulk Ups would be enough, to one-shot this Kangaskhan. Kangaskhan is then going to go for an Earthquake against my Infernape, which is going to be super effective. As I said, I do have 3 Bulk Ups already. Earthquake does a fair bit. The second hit, obviously, it got a big nerf, so that had definitely helped out my cause a lot. So getting some more recovery with the Leftovers. Oh, come on. I wanted Leftovers to land on 69 health. Anyway, going for the Slack Off here. They're probably like, what is this? Like, who is this MLG person? So getting most of my health back with the Slack Off, and we're going for another Earthquake with the Mega Kangaskhan. So with the Mega Kangaskhan, this time it actually critical hits me. I was like, well, actually, that wasn't a critical hit. The second one was a critical hit from the baby. I was like, damn it. I was thinking for quite a long while, should I go for the Slack Off, or should I do the typical Pimpnite risk and go for a Bulk Up? I did the typical Pimpnite play and went for the Bulk Up, getting a boost in my attack and defense. So I thought with those boosts, that'd be enough just to hang on and live. So now the Kangaskhan's going to go for an Earthquake. The first Earthquake does a lot of damage, and the second one, I live on 12 health, which is cool. So now I can go for the Slack Off and get my health back, as long as I wasn't going to get critted by the Kangaskhan again. That was what I was hoping in this situation. Now the Kangaskhan's going to go for a Sucker Punch. I never knew that Kangaskhan would ever have that move, so going for the Slack Off and getting lots of my health back. So this has actually freed me up. Now I can either go for the Mach Punch, and I'll go for another Bulk Up, because I'm in a pretty good position now. I've got 4 up. However, I just didn't want to play any games, because I already got critted before and just nuked that Mega Kangaskhan right out of the game. So that's down. So I'm making a comeback, people. I'm coming in clutch with the Infernape. Now, I actually did get an Infernape sweep with this. If you want me to put that up, let me know in the comment section, people. I use this exact one. So now we have Smeargle. So I was thinking Sash Spore or something. So I was like, there's no point in me really swapping out. However, they didn't have a Sash, so I'm guessing it was something like Mental Herb. That can be a handy item on Smeargle too. So getting some more Leftovers recovery. So there's only 2 Pokemon left. There's an Eevee on like a Dicker Health, and there's like, I don't know, what was the other Pokemon? It was the Umbreon. So my team was really, like, this Infernape was really, really suited. Not my team. My team got trashed. But the Infernape was very suited for this. Like, it was super effective against Kangaskhan, Eevee, Smeargle, and Umbreon. Like, all 4 of the Pokemon. So Umbreon is going to get absolutely wrecked by this Mach Punch, because I got +4 and I've got the Iron Fist. And that's going to roll through there. And bye-bye, Umbreon. So I've come in clutch, people. It just suddenly I've taken the lead, right? I've taken the lead. So getting that extra Leftover recovery. The last Pokemon is the Evo Boost Eevee. Now, during the live recording, between these last few turns as I was sweeping them, they were taking so long. I'm going to show you here. This is how long they were taking, right? And I got to beating them right at the end, and they forfeited. They didn't even let me Mac Punch. But I got you live recorded, and it was uploaded on YouTube. I hope you people enjoy that one. I bet they were so salty after that because they were absolutely killing me. All right, let's get to the second battle. This one was against Dark Poison on my chat. I actually got diverse someone on my chat this time, not a random Festival Plaza passerby. I need a drink of water, 2 secs. Okay, so now we have a Taurus lead, aim for the horn. I like that reference. Now I'm going for the surf on my special Kingler with trying to get some super damage on Taurus. So it's looking like a 3-hit K. Taurus is going to use Thunder. It misses. Damn, that would have done a lot of damage to Kingler. That's why they called it aim for the horn thought, because it was using Thunder. If you watch the anime, you'll know what that means. So going for a Thunder, it's going to be a 3-hit K. However, the Taurus Thunder is going to land on my Kingler, and that's going to be way too much for Cookie to live, and that is down. I really wanted to call that Cookie. Anyway, so a bit of an average start, but it's all good. I can swap in my Crocodile and get things happening. So I got the Intimidate on the Taurus because that mattered so much. And I can go for a Focus Energy, actually outspeed. So getting my crit rate 100%, which is nice. Now, Taurus is going to have Ice Beam. I knew that Taurus could have Ice Beam in Surf. Ice Beam does a lot of damage. I don't get Freeze Axe. I know you were expecting that to happen. So now I can go for Dark Pulse to try and get that Fleech. The good thing about getting the 100% crit right on Dark Pulse, you can get the 100% crit and you got the Fleech stat, so it's like super scummy. Anyway, Taurus is down. Now we have Serena Williams coming out. I can't really do too much to this apart from going for the Dark Pulse flinch. That was the best thing I could possibly do. So it takes it really well, and it's going to finish me off with a Trop Kick. I almost swapped out in the Gudra to get the Sap Sipper boost, but I thought I might as well go for the attack since I got the Focus Energy critting up already. So it's going to poison itself with the Toxic Orb, telling me maybe it's got like Facade. So swapping in, whoops, I can turn the sound up on my DS. Swapping in my Gudra. Now this was a really cool set. I had on this Counter, Endure, Flail, and Dracormina with the Sap Sipper, Focus Sash, nothing in defense EV, so 0 in defense IVs, and 0 in health IVs as well. To get that, boost out a Counter. Then I can, if Counter, if they didn't take me down to 1 health and I used Counter previously, I could go for the Endure, get myself down to 1 health, and then use Flail. I ran max speed, max attack on this set. And you could trick people too by using Counter because they really wouldn't know how fast you were either. And I had Dracormina just for a little bit of coverage as well in case the Counter strategy did not work and Flail didn't work. So it was actually a pretty fun set. Okay, anyway, so the Serena is down. Now we have the Turtonator. So this is where I was thinking, if I didn't burn off that Dracormina early on, this could have been very handy. But I thought, let's go and see how bulky it is in special defense. I know that I've got nothing in special defense either. Special attack, so it wasn't going to do too much. Even with the -2, it does a lot. So it's going to be a 3-hit KO after the drops. Now the Turtonator is going to go for the Fire Spin, which is going to trap in my Gudra. Since I'm already poisoned, that's not good either because it's going to rack up. And after I've seen Fire Spin, I was like, okay, it's probably going to have something like Toxic. That's obviously a good move to run on trapping sets. So Toxic is doing a lot of damage to me, so I thought, well, I could go for Flail here because that's going to be fairly powerful. The next turn, I'm going to go down to the Fire Spin combo. However, the Turtonator did actually have Protect, so that's my Gudra down. There wasn't much I could do with this, unfortunately. So I had to get around this set. It was very, obviously, Turtonator is very bulky in defense. It's quite an interesting Pokemon. I like its I like its signature Shell Trap move. It's always one of the moves I quite like. So Gudra's gone down, so I've lost half my team already. So I got to take this thing out. So I've got my Snorlax here. So Snorlax, I didn't get to explain last battle. Let's get into the explanation of that. So I've got on this set, excuse me, I've got max health and max attack with the Adamantia. I've got Retaliate to retaliate just for max power and get that that KO bonus. I've actually got Focus Punch on this, and I've got Pursuit for swapping people, expecting a Retaliate or just Ghost types, and Zen Headbutt. Thick Fallibility with the Psyche MZ for Zen Headbutt because Snorlax likes to draw out fighting types. So going for the Focus Punch, unfortunately, going to be a Protect on the Turtonator. There wasn't too much I could actually do to this. It was too bulky. At this point, I was like, I might as well just go for my Z move to take this thing out because nothing was going to take it out and was going to I wasn't sure if it had rest or anything either. That was what I was worried about. So this turn I went for the Zen Headbutt, Psyche MZ. They're going to go for the Shell. I nearly said Shell Smash then. The Shell Trap. It's a trap. Did I do that one accurate? Probably not. Anyway, so going for the Zen Headbutt. The good thing was that when you use a Z move, it's not going to miss. I could have used it earlier on if they used Protect, but I know it does get power down by 50%, and the last thing I want to do is that thing to actually live. So Snorlax is going for the Psyche MZ, and it's going to play a little bit of ping pong with the Turtonator, and that is down. So that's good at getting rid of that bulky wall of a Pokemon. So the battle has evened up. Now, I've got Snorlax. I can still use it. I can still use it to retaliate. I can still go for a Focus Punch. Now, the Hype Train comes out. There actually isn't much I could do to this. Now, the Hype Train is going to go for a Z move. It's going to be the Fly MZ. Oh my goodness, guys, you got to watch this. The Hype Train is going to be hype. Now, Charger Bus is definitely one of my favorite Pokemon that they brought in Sun and Moon. And using this Z move is just absolutely wonderful. So it majestically jumps in the air. It just reminds me of the do you guys ever see the Magic School Bus when you were kids? I don't know. Maybe some of the older audience. So anyway, Zen Headbutt isn't going to do very much to the Charger Bus. It's fairly bulky. And not that the Z move did much to me either. Anyway, so Charger Bus is going to go for the charge. So I'm thinking it's going to use an electric type move, maybe Wild Charge next turn. I was thinking, well, maybe if I just go for Retaliate, that stab and the recoil damage of the Wild Charge, if they use it, will be enough to nearly take it out or put it in KO range for another Pokemon. So Charge Budge is going to go for the Wild Charge, and that's going to be enough to take out my Snorlax, which is fine. And it's going to have a little bit of recoil, so it's put it in a good range to take it out. Now, I thought I could swap in my Greninja here and see if we could get some Water Shuriken, Scummy King's Rock shenanigans happening. So I'm going for my there's no way I could set up a Rain Dance against a Wild Charge Charger Bug because I would get wrecked. So I was praying that this would be enough to actually take it out. Going for the Water Shurikens. Oh, that was so close. I hit it 3 times. So that was very, very close. I wasn't sure. If I got 2 times, I would have gone down to the to the Charger Bug Wild Charge. So now we have Trumbeat coming in. I thought, well, if this doesn't have Bullet Seed, I am going to go down. If it's got Bullet Seed and it's like a crazy banded set or something, I'll go down. So I took a risk and went for the Rain Dance. Trumbeat is going to go for the workup. So I was like, okay, it's going to boost its attack and special attack. So it could be a physical or special set, right? I know that it gets Boom Burst. I know that it gets Bullet Seed. So I went for the Water Shuriken in the rain, powering up that amazing base power. So it's going to hit 1 time. We got 2 times here. So it only hits 2 times. I'm like, damn, that was nothing. Now the Trumbeat's going to go for the Boom Burst. I just hang on 6 health. What the heck? Seriously. Now I'm going to go for the Water Shuriken again on the Trumbeat. So I get 1 hit. And I was like, please, I need to get at least 2-3 hits to actually take this thing out after the initial 2. So going for another one and another one, people. And you know what, people? I got that 4 hit and I got the flinch on the Trumbeat. Woo! Okay, so I'm able to go for another Water Shuriken. And it felt so good flinching that Trumbeat. You never believe it. So Trumbeat gets down. I took it out with the most scummy tactic ever. Now the last Pokemon we have is the Dry Bowser, which is the Marowak. So even with it's raining like it's raining in the Colosseum, people, but even so, the Water Shuriken is going to be enough to take out, Marowak in 1 shot. So going for another Water Shuriken, it's about a 4-hit KO on the Marowak, and guess what, people? I get 4 hits on the Water Shuriken to take out the Marowak. Oh my god! I hope you guys enjoyed this one, and sorry about my sick narration, and enjoy the bloopers.